Future has always been one of my favorite rappers. I love him a lot. Like I love his music a lot. I feel like excuse me. I feel like I can relate to a bunch of it. I feel like I don't even necessarily relate to it. Just it makes me feel good about myself, but it also makes me succumb into my own feelings. You know what I mean? He has multiple songs that you can do that to, and he's. I have a whole video on why I think he's the GOAT of trap music. And I don't think anyone would argue that opinion with me, or at least not many, and be able to hold a stable argument for that long. So he also has a lot of songs that you could consider a top five. This was a very hard list to make. It was extremely hard, and I'm even as I'm reviewing it, I don't like. It's not that I want to change it right now, but I feel like there was a couple in there that I think I could have maybe managed to fit in a little bit. But you know what? I'm trying to not do as many ties as I used to, so that kind of played a little part into it. There's only one at number five. But anyway, we're gonna get into the top five Future songs. Starting at number five. Freaking iPad crashed. I'm having to record this segment again. However, it don't matter. Mile High Memories and Throwaway, right? Both of these are fantastic songs. They're very similar theme wise. However, they're still both amazing and they still manage to sound distinct. Throwaways like Switch, the beat switch, where he goes from like, yeah, ho, I hate you, like you were just a throwaway, I don't need you, and then that whole like, go ahead, get him over with, and then come back. Like after that's over with, we can reconcile because I can't stop thinking about you. You know, I love that kind of like trauma dumping, but not in a classy way. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not classy. Whenever I say classy, I mean like Kendrick Lamar trauma dumping, I guess, or really any other rapper. I feel like Future does that very uniquely. He's trauma dumping, but he's not, it's just not in a classical way. It's not in the way that people think of it whenever you hear that word. You know what I'm saying? If I had Throwaway almost edged out Mile High Memories. It was very close because I love the Switch so much. And then I heard Mile High Memories not long after like picking Throwaway first, and I was like, oh God, I can't pick between them because they're both like so similar. You know that deep that I'm not gonna try and replicate it, but there's Future does a lot with his voice on Mile High, and I'm not gonna try and copy it, but it's crazy. It's insane. Whenever he says like we was just poor, but the way that he says like that vocal he hits and the beat coming in, amazing. Perfect song, a perfect segment of the song. It's probably my favorite one off of We Still Don't Trust You, if I'm being dead serious. I plan on getting that on vinyl really soon, probably after I buy Mixtape Pluto, because them vinyls, they look awesome. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I love these songs. I love both of them. I don't really prefer either one of them right now. I love them both. Speaking of We Don't Trust You, love this vinyl right here. Or not vinyl, wow. No, I have the vinyl. But I love the album. And specifically, my favorite song off of it was Cinderella. An amazing song. Part of the reason it's so high, because I feel like this is an outlier. And I feel like if a lot of people were going to pick one that they probably wouldn't agree with, this is probably going to be one of them. And I understand that. Recency bias might have a hold of me here. Excuse me. Sorry, I just ate. I eat before all my recordings and then I burp the whole time. Anyway, it reminds me of my girlfriend a lot. And that does boost it up a few points because obviously I love my girlfriend. So obviously that's going to boost it. And she also loves this song, so it kind of gives it a few more brownie points. But on the other hand, besides that, it's just a fantastic song. It has an amazing Travis Scott feature. It has a beautiful beat. And by the way, it's not a coincidence that three out of the five songs, actually there are more than that, four out of these five songs are Metro Boomin produced. They're the best rapper and producer duo out right now. You can't convince me otherwise. They should do more music together even after they just made these whole two freaking albums together. And I hope Metro has more production on Mixtape Pluto. Anyway, love this song. It sounds amazing. It's kind of just, it's not a crazy unique like Future song. There's nothing necessarily that outlies it from the other ones other than just vibes. Like I feel like this is it's night, you're out late night driving, LED lights in your car, you play this song and it just bumps, it just hits. Travis, I love Travis's feature on this. I don't know why. I think his flow on it goes great, but that doesn't even have much to do with it because I try to keep features out of my song rankings because it's Future songs. It ain't Travis Scott songs. So I try to keep my bias for him out of it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I love this song. And on to number 3. So now I have 2 sections of audio I've had to redo. One of them because my thing crashed, and the other one because oh no, never mind, it is doing it, but it's still stupid. I shouldn't have to fix it because this app sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck. It's actually very good, and I hope it stays free. But anyway, 7:12 p.m. is such a hard song. It feels like it's beating my freaking doors down. You know, I don't love egotistical bars. I love them on this song, and I love them from Future specifically because it feels like he means it. You know what I'm saying? I always love that about Future. No matter what he says, feels like he means it. You know what I'm saying? Whenever he says, does it look like I would care about someone getting shooting up someone's hearse? You know, do I look like I care about someone getting shot up in a church? I'm a god on this earth. You know what I'm saying? That beautiful. I love that type of stuff. Yes. Make me think you are the GOAT. You know, I already was thinking you was like the GOAT of trap music. Make me think you invented music. You know what I'm saying? Make me think that music was inferior until you were born. And then it just magically got better. You know, I love that. Wake up in the morning, feel like you are the GOAT, and do exactly what Future did and make this perfect song. Amazing song. Always holds a special place in my heart. I remember the first time I was listening to the album. This was a perfect intro. Just hard, non-stop banger. You know what I'm saying? Fantastic. On to number 2. Temptation. I feel like this is probably one of my top 10 songs of all time. Actually, I don't know if it made that list or not. It might have. I don't know. There's so much I could say about the song. Special time in my life when I first heard it. Such a wonderful, vibey song. Future hits great notes with his voice. I love the lyrics a lot. I think the lyrics for this song's speciality. It's not really introspective, but it's kind of more of that kind of throwaway, Mile High Memories type of vibe where he's kind of like trauma dumping, but not in a classy way. You know what I mean? Fantastic song. Love it to death. The middle part where the beat slows down and he's like, when she need me. I see that's an awful reenactment, and that doesn't do it justice. Future makes this song so good with that vocal part in the middle, and then he goes off on that fast flow. Fantastic. I think that's a great addition to the song. I think this is a fantastic song in general. It's very quick. I know it's 2.5 minutes, but it feels really, really fast. But yeah, for sure, go check this one out if you haven't. Off the Wizard, by the way, which I wish I could have fit more songs on here. Do I even really need to explain why Codeine Crazy is number 1? I feel like you could have seen it from 2 or 3 miles away. You know what I'm saying? It's very obvious why this is his best song. This is one of the few songs I feel like I can just say are perfect. Literally, I see no flaws with it. I see nothing wrong with it. It's all golden. Future is so tragic and his trauma dumping is perfect. I feel like this song makes me feel bad for him. It's awful even though it's mainly his fault and he knows that. You know what I'm saying? A very wonderful and timeless song. It's a classic, and no one will ever be able to tell me otherwise that it's not it is Future's best song, I feel like. And a lot of people would agree with me on that. I remember, I think it was YouTuber Sean C. literally said he cried one time listening to this song because he was having a hard time in his high school too. I think it's what it was. And I understand that. I've never cried while listening to the song. However, I feel that and I understand where those emotions would come from listening to this. This is kind of, this reminds me of The Weeknd a lot, the themes of this song. Knowing you're a bad person and you know it's your fault and you're kind of trying to do better, but you keep falling back in your same ways. Fantastic. And you know it. You're a piece of crap and you know it. You know, all Future wants is to be with or to be happy with one person, but he can't. And he knows he can't. And he knows all of his relationship failings are his fault. It's a very sad thing, but it's reality. You know, that's that's the reality he lives in, and he put that into a song that doesn't even feel as long as it is. The song does not feel like 7 minutes. It's a perfect 7 minutes. I love it to death. No one will ever be able to tell me any different that this song isn't the best thing he's ever put out. If you've made it to the end of this video, subscribe. You know, I'm trying to get back into not slacking off on this all YouTube stuff because I have been a little bit more, and I apologize for that, by the way. There should be less reviews now that I'm way more caught up on them. So, you know, hit that subscribe button and see what kind of content I managed to come up with. I plan on doing a lot. I have a lot of ideas. I want to do a lot of different stuff for the channel. I think this is going to be great. If you want to show a little more support, you can listen to my album. It's out everywhere. Just look up Fatal K. The link to it is in the description on my Spotify. And I think my Apple Music link is down there too. You can support on the Patreon. You can buy merch. All the links are in the description. Go crazy. Follow me on social media. Most of all, subscribe though.